happens is they start calling him Liquid Ocelot. Why? Because when a ninja chops his hand off, rewind, a ninja chops his hand off, that's Metal Gear, his most logical reasoning as a cure for this is to graft the arm of Solid Snake's angry clone brother Liquid Snake onto his stump, and this somehow causes him to develop a latent personality of your evil clone brother that takes him over. Again, I'll repeat that. When a ninja cut his hand off, he puts a clone's arm onto his stump, it gets into his hand and it goes bad, and it takes him over with a new personality. A hand. Okay. So now Ocelot is actually Liquid Snake, who pretends to be working for Solidus, who pretends to be working for Colonel Galukovich and a mercenary group, who is pretending to work for the Patriots, but is in actuality not working for the Patriots, but for Big Boss. Is he like a quintuple agent or something? Who does he even know who he's working for? What the fuck is with Ocelot, man? Ugh. Okay, going on. The game, I actually think the action of the game is significantly improved, because one of the cooler moments in the game came when I got knocked down by an explosion, and Snake is actually able to fire from his back and kind of roll around and shoot people before getting up. Before, you would actually kind of have to stagger to your feet, get knocked down again. But what's funny is, in Metal Gear Solid 4, you carry every firearm known to mankind. It's just... You go to your inventory screen, you'll open the weapons thing, and you'll have like 3 pages of weapons. And you have to unlock them with money, like points. But you can carry anything. Like, you want handguns, there's a dozen handguns. You want rifles, you want a sawed-off shotgun, there's pages and pages of this stuff. There's like a whole page full of shoulder-mounted rocket launchers. And it's just amazing how many weapons Snake is capable of carrying. The dude must be able to bench Manhattan. What else? Another flaw of the game that I find increasingly more irritating is the sense that the cutscenes are doing much cooler things than you're ever capable of. Example, there's a significant cutscene in Metal Gear Solid 4 where a character, I'll just tell you, it's Raiden. Ugh. Yeah, Raiden, that femmy-haired Ponce. He engages in like an 8-minute protracted katana duel with several giant robots and a bad guy character. And you're just watching this and you're like, yeah, this is pretty cool choreography. Can I play, please? I would like to be the guy who's like doing the twirling and the sword fighting and all this cool stuff, like jumping on top of missiles and leaping off and firing 2 guns in the air. You can't do that in the game. You're watching the characters do really cool stuff, and you can't do any of that really cool stuff either. It's kind of like Devil May Cry. Like, you know how the Devil May Cry series, like when it got to 4, all of a sudden you're watching like cutscene after cutscene of Dante and Nero, and they're doing all this really awesome stuff, like backflipping off of statues, cutting things off, and pushing scenery into other people. And they're impaling themselves on swords, ripping the sword out, and chopping other people, and it's really awesome. Man, you can't do that. And I'm not saying like it gets kind of disgusting when you're playing this game and you feel so uncool because you're not capable of this kind of stuff. There are some other flaws as well. I still marvel at the fact that you can shoot at a guard. Let's say you take your rifle and you shoot a guard in the kneecap, like from like 100 yards away. The guy will go, oh God, and he might radio in, might not, but he doesn't react at all to being shot in the leg. He's just like, ow, huh? What was that? And then he'll walk around back and forth looking around to see where the hell that shot came from, and then he'll just resume his patrol and be like, probably nothing. I've been shot with a 5.56 millimeter hollow point round. Oh my God, no. No, he just resumes his patrol. He gets over it. I love that. A lot of games are like that, though. I think even like Splinter Cell, you can kind of get away with that, and it's kind of ridiculous how the character he doesn't go off to take a break. He doesn't go sit down and tie it off. he doesn't even go get a glass of water. He's just like, oh, my sucking gunshot wound, my kneecap's been blown off, but my lunch is still an hour away, so I can't go take a break. The disguise system is kind of cool. It's a lot more action oriented. Camouflage has been significantly improved because you basically don't have to think about it anymore. If you sit still, as long as you sit still, your camouflage instantly changes. Which actually leads to it goes to another point. The game is, I think, a little too easy. It's kind of disappointing, and I'm playing it on the normal difficulty. Maybe I should have kicked it up, but I'm finding this game is kind of a breeze, and that's even with getting caught for really bullshit reasons. There's sometimes you'll get caught, and you'll just be like, how the hell did they see me there? Or you'll think you're being really stealthy and you get caught. Even then, the game is pretty easy. As long as you go around the corner and you hide in your barrel or you hide in your box, they pretty much won't find you. You can get out of stealth pretty easy. Combat is pretty easy because you can take a lot of hits, and this is probably the most healing items I've ever had in a Metal Gear game. Like, you're never short for rations. You're never short for healing items because there's like 5 different types. There's rations, there's compresses, there's pot noodles, there's an energy drink. There's like 4 things, and I maxed out on all of them, and that's even with the bosses. So you're really not that much danger of dying. It's really simple. So, really, the best way I can equate the experience of Metal Gear Solid 4 is, it's not a very good game, but if the story's hooked you, you're pretty much hooked for life. A lot of people might buy the PS3 for no other reason than to get this game. You'd better be a fan if you're going to do that, because if not, you're just wasting your time. You're wasting your money. Don't bother. Basically, I didn't even get it because I'm that big a fan. Metal Gear Solid 4 was not a big enough reason for me to pick up the PS3. And I know a lot of people will argue that. You might argue, yeah, right. It wasn't, because the only reason I got one is because, 1, I got it cheap. 2, it's a Blu-ray player, and I needed a Blu-ray player anyway. 3, my Xbox 360 went tits up. That's pretty much it. I got it with a package deal, and I got it for cheaper than a normal, like the equivalent PS3 set was more than the set with the Metal Gear Solid 4 game combined. So I got it. It's pretty much the only game I think anyone has ever looked forward to on the PlayStation 3. And if you're a big fan, go ahead and pick it up. If not, there's no point in even trying. It's kind of like a not a very good TV show, but you've been with it for so long that you just really want to see how it ends. You can't defend it. You can't even say it's got many good points to go with it. But you just need to ride this thing out to the end. Kind of like the new Battlestar Galactica. So, I am working on new games. I hope to have more updates up very soon. I'm working on a game that I think you'll really, really like a lot. And I will try to get some more recent games. I actually tried to tape one that didn't go off too well. The tape was bad. The game didn't work. I had to set up a camera. It was just disastrous. But I am working on new games. I'm going to leave them to be a bit of a surprise for now. But until then, try to stay away from the Lale Lule Lo. And if you know what that is, you're probably a big enough geek to buy Metal Gear Solid 4. Have a good night.